Young men, on today's video, I want to talk to you guys about choices. The choices that you're making in your life right now. You may not realize it now, but the choices that you are making today are definitely going to have an impact on tomorrow and what type of man that you're going to build yourself into being. So that's what we're going to get into today. Listen, I am the Over 50 Guy / the Online Dad. On my channel, I give young men practical advice and tips to help them avoid a lot of the bad decisions and pitfalls that I went through when I was your age, so that when you become my age, you can have resources and options to live the type of life that you want to live, right? So that's what we do here. Let's get into it. So, men choices. Listen, you're at a point in your life where you may not think that the choices that you're making today really matter, but I'm here to tell you, men, they absolutely do. I can look back easily on my life and the things that I was doing. I can go all the way back to high school and tell you without a shadow of a doubt that the choices that I made even back then, even though I didn't realize it, they absolutely caught up to me later in life. Give you a good example. I told you guys that, when it came to school, I wasn't the most scholastic person. If I look back on it, I just really wasn't all that interested in it at that time. I get out of high school, guys. I try to go to college for a few years. Then I started working construction and was just doing my thing. Some 10 years later, I go back, and now I'm serious, right? I'm in school. I'm taking it serious. I want to do what I need to do. And before I can even start into my course of study, all of those classes that I chose not to take in high school, they made me, and now I have to pay for them. They made me take these classes in college. So the fact that I chose to just kind of skate by in high school and take easy classes, I eventually had to come back and take those same classes that if I would have made the choice to take in high school and took it serious, I wouldn't have had to pay money to do these classes once I got into college. And they were prerequisites. There was no way around it. In other words, because I made the choice not to do that in high school, I didn't escape that. It came right back on me, and I had to do it once I got to college. Guys, that's just an example. I can tell you about, the choices that I made with my body as far as choosing to take anabolic steroids when I was in my 20s, and how that choice came back to haunt me when I needed a kidney transplant some 20 years later. Guys, choices matter. Where you go, what you do, these things matter. And you have to start taking these serious, man. That I can't tell you how many young men I run into now that have felonies. They have been locked up. One bad decision. And they understand it now. They know that it was a bad decision. It was a bad choice. But they're paying for that now. They can't get the type of job that they want because most companies won't hire felons. Your choices matter. Who you hang around with. Again, I can't tell you guys how many friends I had back in the day that hung around the wrong crowd and got jammed up as a result of that. It was a choice to do that. Going to places they had no business going. These are the things that you men are doing today. And you're not even thinking about it. You're not even thinking about it. You're hanging out with that person because that's my friend, that's my dude. He got my best interest in mind, and it'll be that same guy that will jam you up. Choices. A lot of you are making the choice every day not to pursue your passion, not to get up and go after it. You're just making the choice just to kind of hang out and see what happens. You're going to pay a cost for that when you get older, man, because your choices matter. A lot of you are hanging out with females right now. A lot of you are in relationships right now. You're making the choice to be in relationships that are not serving you. You're making the choice to have unprotected sex with women out here, knowing that the result of that can be a child that you're in no position to take care of. The thing about it, man, is that you make the bad choice now. And years down the line, You may come to the realization that it was a bad choice, but you still have to deal with it. There's still consequences to your choices. So, like I said, made a mistake and you had a child with a woman. You may come to the conclusion later on in your life that that was a very bad decision, but you still have a child in the wake that you have to take care of. Your choices matter. Your choices just matter, man. Many of you are choosing or making bad choices with your finances now. Many of you are making bad choices with your time. And all I'm here to tell you guys is that you're going to pay a cost for that. You are absolutely going to pay a cost for not spending your time wisely, not making the choice to spend your time wisely. You're going to pay a cost for hanging around the wrong people. You're going to pay a cost for doing things that you know are not legal or not in your best interest. You're going to pay an absolute cost for that. I am telling you that if I would have made some different choices when I was younger, if I would have chosen to take school a little bit more serious, if I would have chose to not try to impress the women and take the steroids, if I would have made the choice not to be inundated with relationship after relationship, marriage after marriage, divorce after divorce, there's no telling where my life would be. See, I've come to that conclusion now, but I had to pay the price for that in years past. I didn't get away from, listen, you can't outrun your bad choices. You can't. That's why you need to start making good choices now. Listen, you don't know everything there is to know. And you won't. I don't know everything, but I know enough to know that I need to start thinking about my choices. And if I'm like that now at 55, you absolutely need to be that way at 20 something. You just need to start thinking about your choices and what you're doing, and not just doing it because everybody else is doing it, not just doing it because it's the hip thing to do, it's the cool thing to do. No, making good choices for yourself now so that you can reap a benefit later in life. You know, the choices that I made yesterday, men, have definitely had an impact on my life today. And for a lot of you, that's just a moment of pause. It's a moment of pause to say, is what I'm doing right now the best thing for me? And can I choose to do something different that may help me? You don't think, guys, that there are men in prison right now that wish they would have made a better choice? It's not about knowing everything, man. It's just about making better choices for yourself. You need to make better choices when it comes to who you hang around. You need to make better choices about what you do with your time on a day-to-day basis, right? You need to make a better choice when it comes to what you do with your finances. I can tell you about all of that and the bad choices that I made. I made the choice not to prioritize learning about money and how it works. I made the choice to just spend everything that I had. I made a lot of money. I spent a lot of money. Now, I know better now, but I can't get all of that money back. I made the choice to spend a lot of time in gyms and working out instead of taking some of that time to find my passion and my purpose and build that. I can't get that back. I certainly hung out with a lot of people that were not good for me, that did not have my best interest in mind. And I paid some cost for that too. So guys, you know, again, I don't expect you to know everything there is to know, but what you should start doing and what you should expect from yourself at this point is to just start making better choices. Better choices. Because again, the choices you make today are absolutely going to have an impact on your tomorrow. So if you make good choices today, there's a good chance that you're going to have a good outcome later in life. Make bad choices today, you're going to pay some cost for that. You have to know that there are people that have made bad choices and it has cost them their very lives. So this isn't a game out here, guys, as far as what you're doing and the choices that you're making. It is not. It is serious business out here. And if you want to build yourself into a man later in life that has resources and options, that is going to require you to make better choices for yourself now. You can't wait until you get to that point. It helps when you wise up and start making better choices, but it definitely helps you if you start making those choices sooner in life than later. That's the whole point of the video, guys. For you to start thinking about the choices that you're making and start making different ones that is going to go towards building you to the man you need to be with resources and options, and not the man, or not taking away from that process. And bad choices will do just that. Okay? So listen, that is all I have. I appreciate all the comments, guys. Listen, I asked you guys in the last video if you wanted a live to put a 1 in the comments based off of the response I got. We are going to do a live. I think I'm going to do one Sunday. I'll have another video out by then, and I can tell you the time that we're going to do that live. But I am going to do a live Sunday night, somewhere between 10 and 11. I'm going to do a live. So I appreciate you guys commenting that is something that you think would be of value to you. Be sure to comment and like and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications so that you know when I put other videos out. Share the video. If it's a value to you, it could be a value to another young man like yourself. Okay? So listen, I am the Over 50 guy / the online dad. Thank you for rocking out with me as long as you have. We'll be back with another one soon.